Hi, this is Bill Carmody with a review of Chapter 3, Intervals and Transposition. At the beginning of each chapter there is a list of terms. I've included the page numbers for each term in Chapter 3 so you can look them up if you are unclear about any of these terms. A diatonic interval is an interval in which the top note is in the scale of the bottom note. There are perfect and major diatonic intervals. The perfect intervals are 1, 4, 5, and 8, and the major intervals are 2, 3, 6, and 7. If the top note of an interval is not within the scale of the bottom note, then it's called a chromatic interval. And the chromatic intervals may be minor, diminished, or augmented. If you invert an interval, that is, by taking the bottom note and making it the top note, you change both the number and the quality of the interval. The number of an interval and its inversion will always equal 9. A fifth becomes a fourth, etc. The quality of an interval will change when it's inverted. A major interval becomes minor and vice versa. An augmented interval becomes diminished and vice versa. But a perfect interval will remain perfect. Sometimes we want to transpose music from one key to another, either to make it easier to perform or because we're writing for an instrument that is transposing, that is, that it does not play in concert pitch. These are only treble clef instruments, and to find out how they transpose, you write treble clef C, third space C, that's C5, that's the written note, and the note that you will hear is the name of the instrument. Like a B flat trumpet, you will hear a B flat. For an E flat saxophone, you will hear an E flat. The instruments will always sound lower than the written third space C. They sound down. And if you want to actually hear a third space C for a trumpet, you have to write it a major second higher, so you'd have to write a D in order to hear a C because it sounds down a major second. There's a page that lists all the transposing instruments both in the Music Solutions book and in your textbook. Here's an example of the type of questions that you'll find on the Chapter 3 quiz, and if there are any of these that you're unclear about, please bring it up in class and I will try to help you understand it. Finally, here is an example of transposition. This is the kind of thing you'll see on your quiz. I'll have a piece that's written in concert pitch. So that would be played on a piano or a flute or an oboe or some non-transposing instrument, guitar, and ask you to transpose it. So for a trumpet, which sounds down a major second, if we want to hear the first note of the example, which is a concert E, that's the note we want to hear, we have to write it a major second higher because the trumpet sounds a major second lower. So we write an F sharp to hear the E, and so on. The bass clef instruments, trombone, bassoon, and cello, they play in concert pitch. All bass clef instruments play in concert pitch. So if we want to hear the concert pitch example, just the way it is written there, you would have to write it note for note the same, but in bass clef. So the first note is E4, etc. I hope this helps. Good luck on your quiz. See you later. Bye-bye.